boys on fire. What up, people?
What's up, temporary best friends?
Yeah, I hope y'all like that intro that we did, man. Yeah, your boys on fire.
You did that.
I did. I was doing a little housework, and I felt like a real Bob the Builder type, and I was just doing it.
You rocked it out.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dre.
It's your girl Jazzy, aka Freckled Locks.
Oh, I forgot. AKA just_coach_ that's all. Y'all already know how we do with those underscores. And welcome back to another episode of Temporary Best Friends. We are glad you're here to join us. We got an exciting show for y'all today. Today, we actually have a guest speaker. He's going to come on here and he's going to help us through some life things, right? Like some life things that we got going on, right? That's going to be our topic of the day. Dating after divorce. Ooh, you divorced? I'm divorced. Yeah, we need some of that advice. Yeah. That we talked about last time. That dating pool is what? Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Sugar, honey, iced tea. Okay, the dating pool has pee in it. Sorry, y'all.
I'm not in that pool. Just let y'all know I do not want to be in that pool at all. But our guest today is Mr. Reece McNeil. He's also the Black business that we're going to be highlighting. Mr. McNeil is a inspirational coach and speaker. Like I said, he's going to come on here and just kind of give us his tools and equip us with the things that we need to, one, get through this dating world, and there's other tools about life and things like that. So right after this, we're going to jump into our Black business segment. But before we go there, what's new, Jazzy? What's up? What's going on?
Man, just came back from Houston. I don't know if you see my shirt. Screw the rules. Shout out to Roy, comedian. They actually went out there for a comedy special. Didn't realize they were recording for Netflix the entire
so he was
time.
on TV?
Well, I don't know if they quite got me. I hope not, but maybe, I mean, I was not prepared. I didn't know it was going to be on TV, or your girl would have been looking flawless. But I was not looking flawless. I just thought it was like a regular comedy thing.
You're always looking flawless. You're looking flawless right now.
Thank you. I tried.
We didn't plan the blue, by the way. It just kind of happened, but I like that.
Because that's what TBS do.
TBS do that. We're on that wavelength that we're just thinking like the same, right?
We are.
Yeah. That's what's up. Let me see. What's new for me? Basketball. It's basketball season right now.
Yeah.
So have practice. We had games. We coming along.
When is season over?
February 15th. So
you got a little bit more time.
Yeah, I won't have a Valentine.
I mean, hell. I forgot that was even a day.
Oh, wow.
No worries.
I didn't forget it was a day. I just knew I wasn't gonna have time for a Valentine.
I mean, maybe I could come over and we could eat zooms and whams and fry together or something. I mean,
zooms and whams?
Snacks. I'm just saying. Okay.
I'm a Kit Kat guy.
That's part of the zooms and whams.
That's an encompassing term.
Yes.
Zoom and wham. Oh.
Zooms and whams.
So last week I learned about steep.
Yes.
No, the week before that I learned about steep.
Steeping your tea. Look at you.
And now fizzling.
You need to write this stuff down.
So I did get some information. It's not fizzle. Someone listened to our episode last week. It's not fizzle. It's dissolve. It's dissolve, y'all.
Are you talking about the
bath bomb?
The bath bomb.
Yeah, it's dissolve.
You said
it's not
explode.
I did say explode. I did say explode. It's not explode. It's dissolve.
Yes.
And now I'm learning
zooms and whams.
Zoom and whams. All
That's
right.
my own thing.
See, that's what you get from Temporary Best Friends. You get new vocabulary, right? Like Urban Dictionary. Where you at? We got some things for y'all that y'all need to put in. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, y'all, but that's what's new with us. One of the things that we wanted to show you guys, we are actually streaming on Spotify, right? You guys can find us on Spotify. You guys can find us on Anchor. Make sure you guys check us out on our Instagram page. You already know, temporary_best friends. We're also streaming on Google Podcasts, man. When you go to our IG page, we have our link tree set up where you can find us on all the different platforms that we currently have right now. So go check us out. Make sure you guys go and subscribe. Make sure you guys go and also share with all your friends and family members. Remember, we're doing this to support and highlight all the Black businesses out there, one in the DFW and Metroplex area, and then also across the nation, right? So we have coming up next is going to be our Black Business Spotlight.
What's up, temporary best friends? So this is the Black Business segment. As you guys know, this is my favorite part of the show, to be able to spotlight and introduce new Black businesses all over. So make sure you guys do support come the end of this show and go check out our special guest of the day. And today, this guest is very, very special to me, near and dear to my heart. He's not only somebody who has known me my entire life, right? But he's also a God-fearing man that's kind of like, I guess, dedicated his life to inspiring others, right? And helping them get out their own way, which is good for me and for myself. Okay. Man. So, yeah, good for uplifting, helping others. So let's go ahead and give a good shout out, a good scream, a good yell for the guest that is going to be coming up, who is not only my cousin, right? We have the same relatives. My mother and his father were brother and sisters. May they both rest in peace. So we definitely have some bloodline there, as you can probably tell when he jumps on board. And based on this picture, he gets his good looks from his little cousin, Jazzy.
Wow.
So now that we got Reece popping up, inspirational or coach and speaker, Reece McNeil. So y'all shout him up. What's up, cousin?
What's happening?
How are you?
Loving the blue. I'm feeling great. I'm excited. I'm really excited to be here. I'm really, really grateful for the invite. And people, we did not coordinate this blue. It just happened this way.
It just looks good. It looks good on his stuff. It was perfect timing. So, Reece, I mean, I want to keep calling you cousin, but that might not be very appropriate right now.
It's appropriate. It's
okay,
all right.
Cool. Okay, cousin. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about who Reece is and what your purpose is, and how you are trying to change lives in the Black community.
Absolutely. So who is Reece? Reece is a kid straight from the heart of North Philly, who has been through some things that are unimaginable. And I'm still standing tall and looking good. I look nothing like anything that I've experienced, right? And I've been enlightened to the point where I just discovered that, there's so much more to the world than the little bubble that I lived in, right? And as I began to learn more about the world and about humans and about myself, I said, wait a minute, these struggles I'm facing, I'm a pretty sharp dude. And if they're beating me up, what's average Joe going through? Because I'm definitely not average Joe. And so I've committed my life to serving people, committed my life to helping people to fall in love with themselves, to learn how to love and appreciate themselves. And so I'll leave it there because I know we're going to go into some things and more is going to come out, but that's totally what I've committed my life to, helping people to love and appreciate themselves.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. That kind of gave me chills, It did. Actually, I think mainly because, I know a little bit of the history.
Okay.
And we come from somewhat of the same background on that side of the family. So if you knew a little bit the backline story of the family part, this is big in my opinion, it's big, because we don't have a lot of that in the family. So this is a beautiful thing to me. So I love it. I love it, cousin. I appreciate you being, on board with this. So when did you initially start, doing this? How long have you been inspiring others?
Honestly, it began in the ministry. My son is 24 and he was born January 1st of 98. So that first Sunday after he was born, I went to church with his mom because I needed to know who was going to be around my baby. Right. And when I went, I was moved, right? I went for one reason, I thought.
Right.
But when I showed up, I was moved. And the word that I heard and the spirit that I felt began to work on me. Okay. And so honestly, from that point, that's when I began to invest in people. I immediately began to start working with teenagers at that point. So this is going back. He just turned 24 on New Year's Day. So over 2 decades of serving people.
Wow.
In the ministry. I did everything from clean the toilets to preach the word. Everything you can possibly imagine. Yeah. And the last 6 years, I've been serving people through coaching, through speaking, through my writing, right? Through just speaking life into people. So over 2 decades of serving people.
Wow, that's beautiful, right?
That is really good.
Yeah.
That is really good. It reminds me of the saying I've heard that people don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care, and you show each and every day with the work that you do how much you care about people, and that's probably why you have such a good following, and like you are so inspirational to others because you show that love and that care, and you've been doing this for so long and pouring into people that it's just like this is second nature for you, man. This is amazing. That's amazing. Tell us about some of the because I know we had your website up. Tell us about some of the services and things that you offer through Reece Inspires.
Right. So I do one-on-one coaching right now.
Okay.
I work with a lot of clients. I work with individuals as well as couples one-on-one. I also am a speaker. So whether it's a keynote, which that's really not my favorite thing, honestly, because I need time to get down in the mud with you.
Right.
So I prefer workshop settings. So I like to do workshops where we break things down because I need a few hours so I can tear the ground up and plant some good seeds and get that foundation right. So workshops, speaking, one-on-one coaching, and honestly, anything around your personal growth and development.
Okay.
Any dots you need connected, I'm your person. So I have some people I meet with weekly, some I may only meet with monthly, some I'm 911 for a lot of people. So when a fire breaks out in their lives, I get that call and I love it. I love it. So so on the website, there's the proper way to connect and things of that nature. But again, I'm just here to serve. I do a morning show every morning, 8 a.m. Eastern. It's called the And I Quote Morning Show, where I take a quote and I break it down and I just feed people. I give life from that. I do it every morning. And then on Friday, I do what's called Freestyle Fridays, where you show up with your questions, whatever it is on life, relationships, parenting, any question or issue that you have, you bring it live and I knock it out the park for you right there live on screen. I do that every morning, Monday through Friday.
Wow. What is your age range? Because I know you just mentioned you did some teenage kids as well. What is the minimum, I would say?
That's a good question. I would say from middle school and up.
Okay.
Right? Because I can get down and dirty with some middle schoolers. I actually I have 2 young people that I coach right now. One is 18, one is 19, so they're super young. But my message can resonate from middle school and up. The age where you start to at least acknowledge personal responsibility, because everything I teach is rooted in that.
Absolutely. I mean, that's extremely good to know. I did not know that. I actually would love to see if, afterwards we can figure out something for my daughter. She would definitely benefit, I believe, from what you have to offer. Because
too easy.
There's some struggles there that mom can't necessarily break down because I'm mom. And as much as I break down to another teenager who will grasp it and hold on to it and benefit from it, my daughter's like, but you're mom. So it doesn't, resonate the same with her when it's coming from me. So that would definitely be something that I would like to address, after the show or something like that. I think that would be good.
Too easy. Let's do it. Too easy.
Good.
Absolutely.
I want to let y'all know I caught the And I Quote morning show this morning. His brother is up early and live, right? Like he's up early, he's live, he got the energy, and it's just it gives you so much. Like I was just like, oh, I'm ready to attack the world, right? Like it was just like, I'm there, and then your fans and people that were going back and forth with you, they were so engaged, and you were also so engaging with them. It was great. He was just like, it's like, that's right, my beautiful sister. He's like, oh man, yeah. Like he was just really engaging with everyone that was on his show this morning. So y'all go ahead and check out. Give a shout out to your Instagram so people know where to find you, because that's where I caught it. I caught it on your IG this morning.
I appreciate it. Yes, everything. Thank you for tapping in as well. And I'm glad you felt that energy, because it's definitely, we're building a community over there, and it's all love, right? It's at Reece Inspires, REECE Inspires. And that's on Instagram, Facebook, ReeceInspires.com is the website, TikTok, wherever you're looking for some positivity, Reece Inspires, and I got you.
I love it.
So I got a question for you, Reece. I know how I am. I feel like I'm a pretty empathetic person, so I tend to take on other people's emotions, feelings, energies, and things like that when I don't always want to. It's just something that kind of happens. So for you, when you're helping others and get out their own way, uplift them, things like that. Is it difficult sometimes, or do you ever come out of it kind of feeling drained or depleted of your energy? And if you do, like, what do you do to gain that back, to get that back?
So first of all, that's a great question. And there's a lot of people who serve others who have that challenge, right? I go in and I give all of me, and when I leave, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Right. It's very, very taxing, because I call it people work. When you're doing people work, it's very, very taxing on you. Right. And what I've learned over time, so I used to be the same way. I would stand and deliver and do what I needed to do. And then that's it. Yeah. I need a nap. I'm like done. I have nothing left. And I don't like that feeling. Right. So what I learned to do was, I embody empathy. Right. I live there. And so I do pick that up. I live there. But what I've learned was how to set boundaries. Mm-hmm. What I've learned also was to take such great care of myself that there's more of me available. Mm-hmm. Right. So my cup is full. Like when my brother said he saw me this morning. Right. I wake up at 4:44 every morning. I get up. I have my prayer time. I have my time of reflection and gratitude. Then I'm at the gym. I'm taking care of myself. I'm feeding myself. So my tank is full. Okay. So I'm I'm giving. And now I'm at the point where I've learned how to examine, right, the people that I'm serving. And so I make sure I'm investing in good ground. And so if I'm pouring, right, and the person they're not able to receive, well, that I need to govern that. And so I've learned how to govern that. And I'm constantly learning, because I just want to give. I want to give it all. But now I'm at the point where I'm understanding that this person can get this percentage. I call it budgeting, right? Energy budgeting. I budget my time and energy, right? We can make a couple more dollars, but our time and energy, whoa. So I'm very, very aggressive about budgeting that. And I've also learned my value. And I know that 8 minutes of me, that's hours and hours and hours of therapy.
Yeah.
So what I can do in 8 minutes, how I can help you connect the dots and solve problems and see some different perspectives in a few minutes, I'm learning to value that more. So to your point, the more you learn to value you and your time and energy, you'll understand that I can pick up this energy and I can serve, but I can still govern myself in a way that it doesn't take everything from me. Just keep getting the shots up, keep showing up.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Man. See, that makes me want to. I'm ready to dive into this topic that we got. This. I'm ready for that. Hey, before we jump into our main topics, let those people out there. I know you gave a shout out to your Instagram, your website, and everything. How else can anyone find you? Is there any other plugs or anything like that people can find you? Email or anything like that?
It's everything is Reece Inspires.
Okay.
Like I said, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that good stuff. And if you want to send me an email, if you want to connect, it's Reece at Reece Inspires. Super simple. Reece at ReeceInspires.com. Message me anywhere. I'm gonna get back and we're gonna make some things happen for sure.
All right, Reece. Well, we are ready to jump into this topic that we. Brian,
I'm tearing, but just out of one eye. I'm not necessarily crying.
I just looked over and was just like, man. Your heart got touched.
No, I mean my heart was touched, but this was a hold in your cough cry.
Oh, is that what it was? That was
I
one of those
trying my best.
Delta Omicron types, like
no,
you don't want nobody to look. No, right? You're trying to hold the cough in because you want nobody right.
I don't want nobody to think I'm over here with the beat.
Right.
Yes,
I know.
correct.
You know you do.
I was trying to hold it in, but yeah, the struggle was real. So thank you for putting me on blast, sir.
I love you, TBM.
Your energy is awesome.
Daily thing for us, Reece. This right here is a daily thing for us.
Yeah,
man.
he's like the brother I never wanted. It is what it is.
I love it. I love it.
All right, beautiful people. We'll be right back with our topic of the day. Make sure you guys go and check out Reece. As he said, ReeceInspires.com. You can check him out on Instagram and Facebook at the same thing, Reece Inspires. And we will be right back. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. So we have our topic of the day, and our topic of the day is dating after divorce. Now, I'll start this off. Like, I've been divorced 6 years now. 6? Going on 7. It's gonna be 7. And dating has been rough. It has its ups and downs. It's been good, it's been bad. You go through those phases where it's just like, this could be it, but then you kind of think back and you just like, I think for me, I get a fear, right? I get a fear. I think back of while I was married and the bads, the negatives, and that paralyzes me in the dating realm, right? Because I don't want to go back through that again.
Right.
I think that's my thing. So
I think that's a lot of people's thing.
Yeah, you too. It's that fear of what it was previously. Yeah. But how do we? So let's ask this. Let's start with this first, Reece. Give us those basic tips or some nuggets that we can use for dating after divorce, and then we're gonna jump into some heavy hitters.
Okay, so I'm divorced as well.
Oh.
And just real quick for context, I was planning my 20th wedding anniversary when I got the text message that things were ending. Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about that later. But so it was like, boom, a literal bomb was dropped. I was searching for a new wedding ring to celebrate the 20th anniversary, which was a couple months out, and boom, everything just blew up. And so I get it, right? So for me, you said some things to consider when dating, right? Especially after divorce. So I believe that we have to intentionally heal, right? We have to pursue healing. And so when I hear that most people are struggling because they keep glancing back, and so I always say this: yesterday is a thief, and tomorrow is a thief, right? All we have is this present moment, right? all we have is this present moment. And so one of the things I was committed to was I wasn't going to allow yesterday to rob me of my opportunities today.
That's good. That's good.
And I had to come to grips with some things. And the biggest thing I had to come to grips with was my role in everything, my responsibility, who I was. And I had to examine that. And then I had to decide who I wanted to be. I had to change my identity from that guy to this new higher expression of me. And when I committed myself to that, I was able to forgive myself and forgive my ex and everyone connected to me and to us for whatever had happened yesterday.
Right.
And then I took yesterday, and instead of it being the reason I'm not able to move forward, I looked at it as, wow, who's more equipped for a phenomenal relationship than me? Look at everything I've experienced. Look at all of this. I've seen it all, done it all 10 times over. So who's more equipped for a phenomenal relationship than I?
Right.
So that's where I would look at. We have to focus on our healing,
right,
and our identity. We have to do that work. And thankfully, I did that work, and I continue to do that work because it doesn't stop.
Right.
That's the work. It's the healing. Because if I'm filtering today through yesterday, there's some healing that still needs to take place.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's good.
Absolutely.
Yesterday was deep.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Reece, on that one. I felt like I have done some of the steps to try to heal from situations. I've definitely forgiven a lot of situations. I don't, I like the peace that I have. I like to be able to have a good energy around me and things like that. I think one of my struggles is not necessarily what I'm looking at as far as like hindsight, turning and looking behind me. My issues is that the availability of prospects that are out there.
Okay.
Or lack thereof. It's like we gotta accept certain things that I feel like previous situations didn't really leave any opening for me to say, oh, I could deal with that, because you've touched every realm that I no longer want to deal with. So I think that is my struggle. Like, do I really want to deal with somebody who don't know how to handle their finances, or who aren't good communicators, or who don't, do certain things? My answer is no. So for me, that's where my struggle is. Not necessarily looking at the past and scared of what's going to happen. That is, I guess, would play somewhat of a part, because if I see a red flag, I've been there before, I'm not going back there again. Right? But not necessarily saying I'm holding on to a past situation.
Right.
So that would be my struggles when it comes to the pool having pee in it.
Why do we keep going to the pool?
I'm trying to find a different pool, another ocean. A lake, anything. I don't know,
So can I speak to what you just said?
Absolutely, please.
So you talked about prospects or the lack thereof.
Yes.
And you mentioned, I see a red flag, I'm cool. You mentioned, having the experiences that you have, it gives you a perspective, right? It gives you certain insight. And so my belief is this. My belief is that it's about me. It's about who I am, and it's about my standards.
Right.
And the more I'm clear on who I am and what my standards are, right, then I believe that, and the more I'm upfront about that, then I can sift through the nonsense much, much faster.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm going to repel those who aren't at my particular standard. And I should attract those who have, some of the qualities that I'm looking for.
Right.
And I also have to forgive people for being imperfect, because my perfection hasn't quite kicked in yet either.
Right.
So we have to find, for instance, so I'm a very abstract thinker. I live up in the sky and in the clouds, right? I'm that person. My wife is a mathematician. Oh, she's 1 and 1 and it's 2. So what we do for each other is that I knew what I needed. That's where I'm going with that. I knew what I needed. I needed that because I'm such a dreamer, right? I'm so abstract and out there that something might get cut off messing around with me. Right. Not because we didn't have the money, but because I was in la la land trying to worry about the next level. So I knew what I needed. So we have to be clear on who we are, right? What our standards are and what it is we want and need. And because sometimes there's, like you said, you mentioned, handle finances and certain things. These are skills.
Absolutely.
These are skills. So if I get a player who's willing to put in the work, if I get a player who's just a raw athlete, he can run and jump and he has some natural skills and he's willing to meet me at the gym, I can help mold him into, I can help mold her into if she's willing and she has some raw skills. So we're not all polished and, we don't all show up that way, but it's my attitude, right? If I'm open, if I'm willing, if I say, yo, my ex did everything. So I don't know how to balance a checkbook. I never had to. I just went to work. She handled it all. If I have the courage to actually communicate that with you, you can help me develop that particular skill.
Absolutely.
So, right. An open person who is willing to learn and who's a good teammate, you can go to the moon with that person.
Right.
So those are some things to consider because maybe I don't have that particular skill set, but am I willing to learn?
Yeah.
That's where the money is.
Right. Ooh, that's good. So what do you say to, because I know after divorce, you've been married and you get this divorce, and then a lot of people, I think, always go through this thought process of just like, well, it's never going to happen for me. It's never going to happen for me. What do you say to those people?
I say this is the perfect opportunity to concentrate on you, because if someone says it's never going to happen for me, that's an issue with your relationship with you. That means the way you see you, the way you experience you, do you feel like you're incapable of a great relationship? Or do you feel like you're unworthy of a great relationship? Do you perhaps feel like you're not enough to receive what it is you think you want? And so the work, and that's the challenging work, dealing with your relationship with you. Because when I get that in order, that's the filter I see the world through. So if I feel like I'm not enough, right? I can find an amazing partner, the one God just had on ice waiting for me. And I will fumble the bag. I will blow it if I don't see me as being worthy. I'll sabotage the situation.
Yeah.
Who am I to have such an amazing partner?
Right.
Who am I to, so my relationship with me has to be that's what we have to work on. We want to fix everybody and we want to make sure everybody, no, I had to work on my relationship with me. Who do I see when I look in the mirror? Really?
Yeah.
Right. How do I experience me? And that's the work. So I would speak to that with the person. I wouldn't even talk about anybody else. I would say, how are you and you doing? Let's talk about y'all.
Right.
That's what I would do.
That's some nuggets right there, man. I feel like I can go, oh, yeah. I need to go look in the mirror real quick. Why you gotta do it like that,
though? We need to look in the mirror.
Somebody told me yesterday I had to shave.
You gotta look in the mirror. I
gotta look in the mirror to shave too. Reece, they be doing me like that, man. They be doing like that. So give us some more. Give us some more advice that you have dating after divorce. What was some of the let me ask you this. After divorce, is there some people always say, well, I got to kiss a certain number of frogs to meet my prince, or whatever the case may be, right? Is that really a thing? Can your prince be the next person?
I would say, can it be? Yes, it can be, right? So I look at it like this, right? The first thing is, again, focusing on healing, because I don't want what you say to trigger me because she used to. I don't want to bring that. So healing has to take place, because that's not fair to anyone. That's not fair to me or this person that I'm trying to bring into my life. So healing has to take place, and healing is an ongoing process. Yeah. You know, I'm healed, but I'm yet healing, right? Every day. So I'm healed, but I'm yet healing. And you don't just reach a point and it's boom, I'm all better. Nah, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
Because a song will trigger you.
Right.
Like, ooh, that song will take you to a place with that bingo. Yes. So we have to see. So we have to be willing to do the work, right? So healing is first and foremost, right? And then, who am I? Mm-hmm. Because I was married all those years. Who am I outside of this relationship? So I need a minute to get to know me.
Yes.
Because a lot of the decisions that I made weren't about me.
They were about.
So who am I? Right. So we have to redefine. We have to decide who we want to be. Yeah. And we have to work on our identity. So we need to heal, and we need to work on our identity, and we need to decide who it is that we desire to become.
Because then after that, anybody that's coming our way will be able to recognize if that is the next person. It could be the next person right after divorce, or it could be however many down the line.
Couple frogs.
Yeah.
But it's not about anyone but the individual. It's about me. Yeah. So my process was about me, and it's always about me first. Right. We're taught opposite, but it's always about you first. Right? Yeah. Choose you. So when I learned to choose me, right, I choose me first and foremost every day. And I have a phenomenal relationship. Yeah. Because I choose me. I did it the other way. I chose her. I chose the children. I chose the church. And I lost me, which in turn caused me to lose all of that. Yeah. So we have to learn how to choose you. Well, many of us don't. What does that even mean? Right. Because who am I outside of this relationship? So there's some work that we have to do before we can even think about anyone else coming into our lives. We're complicated enough on our own. Now I'm gonna bring you in here too, right? That's the starting point, right? It's like, where are the people? Everyone is saying, where are the people? Right. So there's plenty of people, right? But we have to, I think it starts within, right? So healing, identity, right? And working on those things, healing that relationship you have with you, deciding who you want to become, and then raising your standards and making decisions that embody the person that you are and who you're becoming. And that will, again, repel certain people. Absolutely. And it'll attract other people.
Right.
Those are some of the things. I mean, again, I could literally go all day because there's so much, but it's all rooted in your relationship with you. So when someone tells me they're having dating issues, I don't even talk about dating. I want to talk about how you doing. What's your self-care routine? Mm-hmm. How do you deal with this? How do you resolve conflict? What's this? I'm digging into the individual. Right. Because do you know what your triggers are? Well, I don't know. One of my triggers was Fantasia. My ex loves Fantasia, so I couldn't hear Fantasia, bro. Fantasia would come on and it would do a thing to me. Poor Fantasia, right? Fantasia did nothing to me. But because of what I connected it to, and I knew I was getting better when I could crank up, I can crank up Fantasia and ride. Right. Okay. Healing. I done let that go. Yeah. But Fantasia, I would have to, it would take me to a place. Right. But if you don't know what your triggers are, it could be a raising of a voice. It could be something as simple as whatever could be a thing. Ooh, look. You see that? And if I don't take, and that's a me thing. Yeah. Right. Because why? What is it about me that you saying whatever changes my whole mood? That's too much power to give somebody.
Right. Nachos. Nachos was a trigger for me.
Yeah, see? Listen,
I don't eat nachos now to this day. I do not like nachos.
Yes. Jazzy, take him to get some nachos.
I'm going to take him.
We're going to shake this nacho thing off.
Yes, you got to heal, brother. The nachos did not do nothing to you. We're going to get some nachos today.
Thank you.
Reece, man, it's some powerful stuff, man. This. Look, next time you see me, I'm gonna be a full plate of nachos, man.
Yes.
That's very funny. Well, that's good. So, I think when it comes to dating, Reece, what would you say as far as like putting yourself out there? So for me, I I say the pool has pee in it, right? But I haven't really went to the pool really. So I haven't really put myself out there, and I really honestly don't know how to put myself out there I guess I have a standoffish kind of.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I mean, but then again,
we're not trying to date, so
that's very true.
So I don't know.
Nachos.
Huh?
I have some nachos.
I love it.
Yeah. So how does one put themselves out there? How do they make themselves, known? Like if somebody sees me in public, I don't think because I will notice if somebody kind of shows interest, but I will completely shut down.
Ooh.
Like I will kind of put that shoulder up or make sure I'm going the opposite direction. But then at the same time, I turn around like, nobody's interested in me. That's nobody's fault but my own, right?
I love that you shared that, because that's it for so many people. So using that example, right? Mm-hmm. Someone's kind of checking you out. You're an attractive girl, right? You know this. Yeah. Someone's checking you out, right? You like you say, you're gonna get it. So what story am I telling myself? The gentleman just looked at me. I put this outfit together. Someone looked, and now I tell myself a story about this gentleman, right?
Yeah.
So what is that? I need to examine. What's that story I'm telling myself?
Yeah.
Because again, poor man didn't do anything.
Right.
But checked you out. He checked out that nice outfit you put together.
Right. And there should be a compliment, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a compliment.
Right. And so I have to say, man, what is it? What am I holding on to?
Okay.
What's this story? What's this tape that I have on repeat about men, or about this, about, what I mean? What does that mean? He only looking at me. These jeans are tight, so he only looking at my what?
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Maybe he is, but that doesn't mean that's just who he is, right?
Right.
That make him some kind of creep, know, if he looks at like, you know what I mean? So we have to check our story.
Correct.
What am I telling? What's the story I'm telling myself, right? And there's so much in there, right? You say, how do I put myself out there? Well, we have to understand that there's risk involved. There's risk involved, right? I always say we're all artists of some sort. You guys are artists. You're hanging your art on the wall by doing this podcast. Mm-hmm. You're putting it on the wall for the world to judge.
Right.
There's some risk involved with dating, right?
Right.
So when you are healed, right? You're in your healing process and you're well aware, you understand your triggers. When you understand your identity, who you are and who it is you desire to become, right? And you're moving in that direction and you're crystal clear on who that is, on what that looks like, right? Then your interactions are going to be very targeted. I'll use targeted. They're going to be very intentional.
Right.
And so when I started dating, I said, I don't have time for the whole representative, and no, we're going to get to the nitty gritty from day one.
Yeah.
We're going to get right to it from day one. This is who I am. This is that. And I'm going to put it out there. Right. I'm going to make it a safe space for you to do the same.
Okay.
And, I'm going to be open and honest. So I set the stage, and some people couldn't handle it. Some people thought that was an angle.
Right.
But what did they experience that everything had to be an angle?
Right.
That I couldn't just be a genuine, decent dude. Right. But so again, you notice I keep going back to healing and the individual. Yeah. That's everything, and identity. So how do I put myself out there? Well, I have to work on my healing, and I have to check my story, right? The dating pool has pee in it. Well, why?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Right.
I haven't even been to the pool, but I know it's pee in there. Really? And so, you know what I mean? So we have to be willing to explore these things. Yeah. Well, I haven't dated in a year, but I know the dating pool is trash.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's explore that. What's in me that's making me hold on to that so tight?
Right.
And it's like, is it serving me? Now, if it's serving you, great. But what happens is we need that for a season to survive. We're picking I was picking my face up off the floor and trying to get myself together. Maybe I needed that type of energy. Maybe I needed that, but now it's no longer serving me. Right. So sometimes the very thing that helps us survive can end up killing us.
Ooh. Good.
So I have, why am I holding on to this? Why? Is it really pee in the dating pool? What's it? How do I know? Yeah. What's this? And just explore it, because if you prove yourself right, great. Right. But if you explore it and it's like, how would I even know? I've just been so, okay, you said I'm standoffish. I don't want to be bothered because I have a story that I know men are ... I know this is ... Okay. Well, let's maybe explore that a little bit. So there's some risk involved. Yeah. He talked about kissing a few frogs, right? Right. But when you know who you are, when you're in your healing process, and when you're making decisions that are mapping you toward becoming the person you want to become, then what happens is you can get through the nonsense much faster. You don't need 6 months to get to know whether I'm a good connection or not. Correct. If we do this right, and if we have these in-depth, open, honest conversations from day one, we can figure out after a conversation or two whether we're on the same path. And we can, as fine as I thought you were, no thank you.
Right.
I don't need a few months, and I don't need to get my heart and soul all into it, and then here you go with the nonsense. No, we can get it right up front.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's some tweaks that we can make, but it all starts with us. That story is first. I need to examine that first and foremost.
Yeah,
man.
I know I mentioned I might need you for Imani, my daughter, as a coach.
We'll talk. I got you.
You're gonna have to talk. Chris thought she had it together, and I don't have it together like I thought I did. So thanks, cousin, for putting that out.
I got you.
I mean, that's why we here. That's why we're doing this. Like, because speaking to you right now, I'm like, okay, well, y'all jumping on. I was really thinking in my head, like, I need to holler at this brother again, right? Like. Absolutely. For real, to work through some things. Reece, we appreciate the fact that you've taken the time out of your day to spend with us, to provide us with this insight. I wanted to touch on one last thing before we go. Because it's something that you said just a while ago, but then I took notes this morning. That's how into it I was. I was taking notes.
I appreciate it. Yes, let's do it.
Because you said something about, you were talking about your core values, but then you mentioned about making a decision is setting or determining the conditions for failure. Yes. I was like, man, that's powerful, because like sometimes y'all were talking, sometimes you don't make a decision, but when you actually make that decision, it then sets a stage for failure. But failure is not the end. Failure is just feedback on how to improve. Exactly. And I was just like, I need to watch this brother every morning. You know what I'm saying?
Every morning.
Just to let y'all know, everybody out there, the And I Quote Show on Instagram, right? At Reece Inspires. Let me say that one last time. So
I got a quick question though. Before we end this part of it, I got a question, cousin. What's the backstory about the brushing of the hair?
Oh, yeah, almost forgot.
For like 5 minutes, I said, "Oh, we getting them waves together."
So it's really. It was one time. It was just. I was getting ready. I hit the button and I was brushing my hair.
Yeah. Right.
And one of my homies hit me up. Come on, man, you showing off, because his hair is gone. So they give me the blues about it, because I still have all my hair.
Right,
so now it's just a joke targeted at my homies. Like,
that is funny.
Yeah, like I'm still around, y'all. I'm still around. So that's what that is. That's just a little jab at them.
I like that. Because I was looking at all these videos. I'm like, he's brushing again. Yep, he's brushing again. And you go with it from the back to the front. Like, I was like, oh, he in it too.
Yep, that's what that is. That's hilarious.
Hey man, hang on to that hair as long as you possibly can, because I gotta go and shave right now. Right. Mine is gone. I do the Michael Jordan. The ball. So hey Reece, we really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend with us. And one last time for everybody out there, you guys can go to his website, www.reeceinspires.com. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook. You said TikTok too, right?
Everywhere. Yeah.
And
Reece
on TikTok.
Inspires. Let's do it.
Reece Inspires. Again, we really appreciate you. Looking forward to having you back on again on this podcast. Temporary best friends. We family now. Like you her cousin, but now I'm her brother now. So we all family. Like,
there it is. I love it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me. This was so much fun. I'm really, really honored that you would have me on your platform. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Your energy is awesome. Temporary best friends is about to do something. I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right, everybody. We're gonna be back with our announcements and wrapping up. Thank you, Reece. We appreciate it.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right. Welcome back, my best friends, temporary best friends. So that was an amazing segment there. I absolutely enjoyed Coach and speaker Reece McNeil, also my first cousin. So thank him absolutely for being on board with us. Y'all make sure you go check him out on all the platforms, social media platforms. Support the brother in any way that you can. He is trying to uplift us one day at a time, especially with everything that's going on with COVID, people out of work and things like that. Sometimes we can use a little pick-me-up and somebody to help point us in the right direction with self. So make sure you do that. Now, just kind of getting into the announcements, like we do on every show. I don't have any new announcements except for the same as the last episode. We are in the election season. It is coming up for Texas. So I want you guys to make sure that you are registered to vote. If you are in the state of Texas, make sure you are going out to register to vote. The last day of registration is January 31st. So it's just a few more short weeks that's left for you to get out there if you're not already registered. It is very imperative that all of us as Black people use the rights that we have worked so hard to get, that our ancestors have worked so hard, that died for, that died for us, to make sure that, we have that ability to vote. So make sure you guys go out there, register to vote if you have not already done so. And then early voting begins Valentine's Day. So we were just talking about that, you and I don't have a Valentine, but maybe we could go register to vote together, but I mean, we could actually go vote together. So voting actually starts on Valentine's Day. So before you take your date out to that dinner, and I'm sure it's going to be crowded as all get out, make that a part of your dating routine, or make it a part of your date night that particular night, and go out and vote. Again, that's February 14th is when it begins. February 18th is the last day to apply to vote by mail. So if you do not want to go and physically vote in person, you can still do so by mail. So make sure you get out there and do so by February the 18th. February 25th is the last day for early voting. So you got from February 14th to February 25th to get your early vote out. So make sure that you guys do that as well. Keep that on your calendar. February 25th, it's a cutoff day. Actual voting day, regular voting starts March 1st. So you guys make sure we get out there and do what we can. I know who I'm voting for in certain categories. My main category is going to be Texas Attorney General. Lee Merritt is one of the candidates going, and I am definitely voting for him. So what you guys and who you guys vote for in this Democratic race is up to you. We are a red state, but we can turn that around like Georgia turned theirs around, right? So let's get out there. let's make this a blue state. You see,
hey,
we rocking
you see, we rocking the blues.
Rocking the blues. So if you have any questions about voting, about where to register to vote or how to register to vote, be sure to check out mytexasvotes.org. Or you can even call the Vote Assistance Hotline. They are at 844-TXVOTES. So make sure you guys go check that out if you have any questions. So that's kind of ending that portion as far as announcements. What you got for us, Dre?
Just letting you guys know how to reach us. You guys can find us, like I shared earlier, on our Spotify. You can find us on Anchor. You can also go on our Instagram page, temporary_best friends, and you can get there's a link to our link tree where we're also on Google Podcasts, Podbean, and Anchor. You see it has connections to our Twitter, our Instagram, and you guys can also send us an email. We are looking forward to hearing from you guys about all of our topics that we have going on, and to send us more business to highlight. Upcoming business we have writers, we have that's movie writers,
movie
right?
writer,
Movie writers.
yeah.
We also have authors, because that's different, right? Movie writer and author.
And an author,
right? It's two different things, but they're
Right.
both writing.
They both writing, but one is for book purposes, one is for screenings.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
screenplay.
And then also as a reminder, we are putting together right now our home ownership series that we're going to be pushing out to you guys, because we want to make sure that we are able to provide our public with the information that they need when it comes to owning. Ooh,
we almost got it there.
Peter
It was
Piper, pick the packer.
Not quite. Home ownership. Yeah.
That part. That's what I was trying to say. Our home ownership series that we have coming up. So that's all the announcements that we have for today, guys. Again, we appreciate you guys joining us. Oh, also, you can catch us. We will be dropping our podcast weekly on Sundays. So on Sundays, our new episodes will drop. And you will also be able to catch our live stream, our video stream, or our video. Yeah, our video on YouTube and on Facebook. And we also have it on our Twitter. So go ahead and make sure you guys go and follow us. Again, this is your temporary best friends, and
we have